gotta hit that red button, turn on notifications. Let's get started. Today, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. We're gonna have Bobby Lashley versus Baron Corbin. It says Lashley heads to the ring as we go to commercial break. Back from the commercial break, the bell ring. Lashley slams Corbin, and they traded holds Lashley with a takedown. Corbin faced the break. Corbin's forced the break by getting the bottom rope. Baron Corbin charged, but Lashley catches him with a neck breaker. Fans boo as Corbin ends up going to the floor for a breather. Lashley follows and works Corbin over, sending him back into the ring. Lashley with a shoulder thirst in the corner. Lashley mounts Corbin in the corner with the right hand as fans count along. Lashley knocks Corbin out of the ring. Corbin gets an open after knocking Lashley off the apron. Corbin falls to the floor and launches Lashley into the barrier. Corbin brings it back into the ring and keeps Lashley grounded with a submission. More back and forth now. Corbin sends Lashley into the ropes and he hits hard, falling out to the floor. Corbin runs out and leaves Lashley on the floor with a clothesline. Corbin stands tall and smiles as we go commercial break. Back from the break, and Corbin has Lashley down in the ring. Lashley turns it around and looks to make a comeback now as they trade shots in the middle of the ring. Lashley ducks and clothesline and hits one of his own. Lashley with more offense and a big belly-to-belly throw. Lashley with a corner clothesline. Lashley runs into a back elbow. Lashley nails a spine buster for a 2 count. More back and forth. Corbin takes Lashley to the top, but Lashley headbutts him to the mat. Lashley comes off the top rope, but Corbin catches him with a chokeslam backbreaker for a 2 count. Lashley more offense before dropping Corbin with the modified cutter for the pin. The winner of the match, Bobby Lashley. After the match, Lashley stands tall as we go to the replay. Paul Heyman is backstage in Angle's office. Heyman says his client would like to get his rematch for the WWE Universal title. Angle says the contract doesn't state when the rematch will take place, but he has a fighting champion now, and it will be a long time before Lesnar gets his rematch. Fans cheering. Heyman says he was thinking Hell in a Cell. Angle says it will be a cold day in hell, or as they say in Brooklyn, forget about it. Angle walks off. Okay, still to come. Baylor versus Reigns. Also, new Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey will be her for a special champion presentation, and there will be a special look at Triple H versus The Undertaker for the WWE Super Showdown. We go to commercial break. Sasha Banks and Ember Moon versus the Riot Squad, and it says here, we go to the ring, and out comes the Boss and her connection. Sasha Banks and Bayley. Ember Moon is out next. Out next is the Riot Squad: Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. Banks starts off with Riot and slaps her a few times. Banks mounts Ruby and unloads now. Bayley comes in for a quick double team. Amber is in next as Ruby retreats and tags in Logan. Moon levels Logan with a big forearm. Moon with more offense than Logan for a 2 count. The Riot Squad runs in, but Bayley and Banks take them out. They end up on the floor with their opponents now. Moon runs the ropes and nails a big drive. Moon, Banks, and Bayley stands tall on the floor as we go to commercial break. Okay, back from break, Bayley is in control of Morgan. Bayley gets knocked out. Gets knocked out the ring. Ruby pulls Bailey off the apron and hits the STO on the floor as she tags in. Ruby brings it back into the ring and covers for a 2 count. Logan tags in and she keeps Bailey in the corner. Liv tags back in and chokes Bailey with the ropes as the referee counted. Logan nails a cheap shot while the referee is distracted by Banks. Liv with a 2 count on Bailey. Liv keeps Bailey grounded now. Fans chanted Sasha as Logan dominates Bailey now. Logan knocks Moon off the apron. Ruby comes in, but Bailey kicks her away and finally makes it tag. Sasha tags in and unloads on Ruby, nailing a drop kick. More chaos and interference now. Moon takes out Liv on the floor. Bailey charges, but Logan takes her down on the outside. Banks jumps off the apron and takes Logan down on the floor. Banks returns to the ring, but Ruby kicks her with a riot kick for the pin. The winner of the match, the Riot Squad. After the match, the Riot Squad heads to the outside to celebrate. Banks and Bailey look from the ring. Still to come, we got Triple H will be here live back to commercial. It says back from the break, and out comes Triple H to a big pop. Okay, it says here Triple H hits the ring as fans chant for him and WWE NXT. Triple H says it's been a huge weekend. NXT blew the roof off the place on Saturday as SummerSlam took it to a new level. Triple H says he's a fan just like the others, and he promised to work until the day he dies to make sure this is here for everyone. He says the weekend like this also gives him another feeling. They gave him their itch and makes him want to lace up the boots again, to be the game again. He talks about Vince McMahon calling him to work WWE Super Showdown in Australia against The Undertaker. He originally said no the match because of the special moment he had with Taker in the WWE Hall of Fame Shawn Michaels at the end of their Hall of Fame Hell in a Cell a few years back. The crowd chanted HBK now. Triple H says the moment was about a real as it gets in the business. He gave the praise to Michaels and Taker. He says that moment changed the three of them and with the ways they didn't expect. They knew it was the end of an era, but not like that. Michael was gone. The streak ended, and Triple H puts a suit on. It will be over. All of it. Triple H says there's era was something special without sounding like a bitter veteran. You still got it. Chant starts up now. Triple H recalls how he called Vince back and accepting the match. He will take off the suit, tape back up, lace up his boots, and he will be the game again. Fans cheer if Taker will put on that hat, pick up those gloves, and be the Phenom one more time. Triple H hypes the big match for October 6th in front of the 80,000 people. The era is back. Triple H says The Undertaker in the game. One last time, Triple H drops the mic and losing his tie, and the music hits. The finishing Ambrose get the win with Dirty Deeds after involvement from Rollins and McIntyre. The winner of the match, Dean Ambrose. Okay. After the match, Ambrose and Rollins hit the ramp to celebrate as McIntyre and Ziggler look on from the ring. We go to replays. Elias is backstage talking to the crew members. He said this is important and their jobs will be on the line. Elias takes his guitar from them and walks off. Back to commercial break. Back from the break, and Finn Finn Balor is preparing for the main event. When Braun Strowman walks in, Braun says he refused to cash in from behind. That's why he's here in Baylor's face. Braun raised the Money in the Bank briefcase and wish Baylor good luck. We go to the ring and Elias has a guitar in the spotlight. Elias plays some and says it's clear to him after SummerSlam that someone is out to get him. He already fired 3 of his crew members. Elias says whoever is messing with him hasn't come to the WWE realization that WWE stands for Walk with Elias. Says he was supposed to perform last night and his doctor was warning him to stay away from Brooklyn because the people are bad for your health. Elias goes and is ready to present his greatest song yet, but he needs everyone to shut their mouths first. The music quietly interrupts and out comes Kurt Hawkins. Okay, Kurt Hawkins says Elias wants to be number one, but Hawkins was thinking about number one as the first win for Hawkins. Hawkins goes and says that they certainly isn't Elias Town. He proposed they in Hawkins 2018 match losing streak right here tonight. Elias Hawkins is a loser. He born a loser and he will die a loser. Just like every single person here. Elias says this is his stage in reverse for stars and Hawkins doesn't belong here. Elias tells Hawkins to get out of here of Brooklyn. Get out of Brooklyn. Hawkins goes to leave and Elias says he's going to get this song out one way or another. Hawkins stops and asks if Elias is going to hide behind his guitar and goofy scarf or is it going to be a fight. Hawkins storms back into the ring and challenges Elias. Okay, it says Elias versus Kurt Hawkins. Elias is ready to go as the referee runs down. The bell rings and Hawkins charges as does Elias. Hawkins with a roll up for a 2 count. Elias with a big knee to the jaw drops Hawkins. Elias drops Hawkins again. Fans chanting for Hawkins now. Elias takes it to the corner. Elias more offense and elbow drops for a 2 count. Hawkins rolls Elias up for a 2 count. Hawkins more offense now. Hawkins with clothesline and drop kick. Elias goes to the floor and Hawkins follows. Elias comes right back and a drop Hawkins as he follows. Elias hits the drift away for the pin. The winner of the match, Elias. Donna Brooke is backstage talking to Apollo Crews when Titus O'Neil walks up. Titus says he's been looking for them. Donna says they were discussing strategy, but it looks like they were talking with each other. Donna says she has found a weakness of the Authors of Pain. They talk strategy as we go to the ring. Authors of Pain versus Titus Worldwide. We go to the ring and out comes the Authors of Pain. Akam and Rezar back to commercial. Back from the break, and Titus Worldwide is already out. Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. Rezar has control of Titus now. Titus fights out. Rezar backs him to the corner. Akam tags in for a double team in the corner. Rezar comes back after Akam floors Crews, then Titus. Titus kicks out of 2. Akam comes back and works over Crews now. Crews fights up and out, but Akam beats him back down. Okay. More back and forth with the authors taking control. Titus knocks from the apron to the floor. Okay. Razor Crews fights Crews off and sends him into the corner. Akam tags in as Donna cheers Crews on. The Authors of Pain hits the last chapter for the pin. The winner of the match, the Authors of Pain. Okay, after the match, Akim and Rezar stand tall in the ring as we go to replay. Stardust Worldwide regroups on the outside. Still to come, Rousey will be here. We go to commercial break. Back from the commercial break, Raw's Women's Champion, Raw's Women's Division surrounded the ring. The Raw Women's title is on display in the ring. JoJo introduced Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon, and out she comes. Stephanie talks about how proud she is for the division and how proud she is of the WWE Evolution pay-per-view. She's also proud of Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss from SummerSlam. Stephanie leads us to a video package with highlights from the match. Stephanie says Rousey became the first ever UFC and WWE Women's Champion, and she is especially proud of Rousey because Rousey wouldn't be in WWE if it weren't for Stephanie. She says has been mold Ronda and her. She is shining above the rest. Rousey carries the WWE Universe on her back. Just like Stephanie McMahon says, the other women surrounded in the ring wanted to be like her. They want to be like Rousey. Stephanie introduced her protege, and out comes Rousey as the music hits. Fans chanted Rousey's name as she enters the ring. Stephanie says she's learning her own name as they chant. Rousey says for once isn't about Stephanie. It's about the women of the WWE. Rousey asks why the women are outside of the ring. Maybe Stephanie is putting herself above them. Rousey invites the female superstars into the ring and they hit the apron. Stephanie says it isn't behavior of a women's champion. Rousey talks about how this is for all of us. This is all about the women's evolution. Women shouts out Natalya, Sasha Banks, Bayley. Rousey says she is not Brock Lesnar. She will be fighting champion, competing every night, and she can't wait to get in the ring with each of them. Stephanie says Rousey is right. She's not Lesnar. Stephanie says this is not the same Rousey. The Rousey just wants to break people's arm. She points to how Bliss in her arm and cast. We see a video replay of Rousey twisting Bliss' arm in SummerSlam. Stephanie warns the others in the division. This is what Rousey wants. Do to you. Don't let her fool you. Okay. Rousey says she's not here to break their arms. Only those who deserve it. She stares Stephanie down in the middle of the ring now. Fans cheer Rousey on as she grabs Stephanie and throws her to the mat. Rousey with a armbar on Stephanie as the others on looks on. The heels goes to the floor and checks on Stephanie. The Bella Twins and the other babyface joins Rousey in the ring. She raised the title as her music hits. Cole shows us Bella Reigns open segments from tonight. Back to commercial break. Back from the break, and we see what just happened. Stephanie. Bo Dallas versus Scott Dawson. We go to the ring, and out comes Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team. Bo Dallas with Curtis Axel. They cut promos before the match dedicates tonight's singles match to the crowd because the B Team, the B in the B Team stands for Brooklyn. Out next comes the Revival. Scott Dawson with Dash Wilder. Okay. Dawson takes control early and drops Dallas with a big clothesline. Dawson slingshots Bo under the bottom turnbuckle. Dawson keeps Dallas grounded now. Bo tries to fight back, but Dawson keeps shutting him down. Dawson drops Dawson drops Dallas on his head and covers for a 2 count. The winners of the match, Scott Dawson. It says after that match, the Revival regroups on the floor as Axel checks on Dallas. Axel tells Dash get in the ring. Curtis Axel versus Dash Wilder. Dash makes his way to the apron and Axel trash talks from the ring. We go to commercial break. Back from the break, Axel remains in control, dropping Dash for a 2 count. Dash comes back and hits a backbreaker for a 2 count. Dash keeps Axel grounded, now focusing on his back. Axel gets free and fight back. Axel with a clothesline and drop kicks now. Axel takes Dash back down and hits another neckbreaker. Axel waits for Dash to get up, but Dash counters. Dash runs into the big boot and the corner goes down. Axel comes off the second rope, but Dash moves. Dash slams Axel back on his face with a gory bomb and covers for a pin. The winner of the match is Dash Wilder. After the match, the Revival hugs on the apron as the B team recovers. We go to replays. Dallas takes the mic and says Revival may have won the singles match, but they are still Raw Tag Team Champions. They raise their titles and as the music hits. Roman Reigns is backstage when Renee Young walks up to comment. Reigns says this is his yard and he's going to defend the title and Balor deserves the opportunity. Reigns isn't worried about Strowman coming to cash in either. Still to come, Balor versus Roman Reigns. Back to commercial break. Okay. Back from the break, Stephanie McMahon is in the trainer's room, icing her arm. Alexa Bliss and Baron Corbin are with her. Kurt Angle walks in, and Corbin ends up running him down. Corbin says Raw is in chaos with Angle in charge. Angle says he's doing the best he can. Stephanie agrees with Corbin and says maybe Angle needs some time off. A vacation. Angle will still be the Raw general manager, but Stephanie says he needs some time off. Stephanie names Corbin the acting GM of Raw, which means it's been in charge. The WWE Universal Title match: Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. We go to the ring. Out comes Finn Balor tonight's main event. The WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns is out next. We get formal ring introductions from JoJo as the two face off in the middle of the ring. The Bellarines and they size each other up before locking up. Reigns powers Balor on the mat. Reigns fights out of the hole with an elbow. Reigns with a headlock now. Reigns missed a clothesline, but drops Balor with a shoulder. Balor rolls Reigns up for a 2 count. Balor goes for the enziguri from the apron, but Reigns just keeps knocking him out of the air. We go to commercial break. Okay, back from the break, and Roman remains control. Balor rolls and hits a basement dropkick. Reigns gets sent to the floor, and Balor drops kicks him back into the burial. Reigns drops Balor face first on the apron and comes back in for a 2 count. More back and forth between now. Reigns whips Balor hard into the corner and goes down. Reigns runs into the boot in the corner. Balor drops Reigns and looks to make a comeback. Okay. Balor with more offense chops Reigns. Just take a chop and unloads on Balor as fans count along. Reigns charges, but Balor drop kicks him out of the ring. Balor runs to the ropes and leaps out, taking Reigns down. Balor brings it back into the ring covers for a 2 count. We go to commercial break. Back from break, and Reigns has Balor down on the mat. Balor blocks a big right hand and fights back. Reigns rocks him. Balor drops Reigns with a overhead kick. Baylor mounts more offense and stomps away Reigns as the crowd pops big. Baylor gets hyped up while Reigns is down. Baylor goes for the sling blade, but Reigns rolls up for a 2 count. Reigns powers with a sit down powerbomb and a 2 count. In a 2 count. Reigns calls for a Superman punch, but Baylor kicks him. Baylor drops Reigns for a 2 count. Baylor with more offense attempts to include a sling blade, but Baylor goes for a drop kick, but Reigns knocks him out of the air with a Superman punch for a 2 count. Reigns can't believe it. The crowd is hot. Reigns gets up and waits for Baylor again, playing the crowd. Reigns calls for the spear, but Baylor needs him and rolls him up for another 2 count. Reigns jumps up and drops Baylor with a big punch. Okay. Reigns is waiting for a spear, but the music hits, and out comes Braun Strowman. The big to a big pop. Braun walks out with his Money in the Bank briefcase on the stage. Baylor takes advantage and hits a sling blade, then a corner drop kick. Baylor goes to the top, but misses crop de grace as Reigns moves. Reigns nails for the spirit for the win. The winner of the match, Roman Reigns. It says here after the match, Reigns music hits, but Braun enters the ring. Braun boosts Reigns, and he as he gets up, the crowd goes wild. Braun hands referees his case, and he cashes in. JoJo makes the announcement. Braun waits for Reigns to get up, but the Shield music hits. Out comes Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in their all-black gear. They surrounded the ring and stare Braun down. Cole remains us. The bell never rang. Reigns gets up as Ambrose and Rollins hit the apron. The Shield stares Braun down as Holy chant starts up. Braun goes for Reigns, but they beat him down. Reigns with a Superman punch. Ambrose takes the knees out, and Rollins hits the super kick. The Shield sends Braun over the top rope to the floor. Ambrose tears apart the announcer table as the fans pop. Rollins and Ambrose double team Braun. Reigns comes over and they lift Braun up, but he fights out. Reigns drops Braun and they grab him again. The Shield lifts Braun again and puts him through the announcer table with a triple powerbomb. Raw goes off air and the Shield posing over Braun. Well, if you guys enjoyed my Monday Night Raw review, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think, and I want 20 likes on this video. This your boy People John 25. See you guys later.